Wonderful. As a part of our conceptual class, we understood what are window functions. Now, let us take some real life practical examples and deepen our understanding. First and foremost thing is we got to create a data frame. If you have not already created a data frame, please go ahead and create a data frame which we have already created for practicing all the aggregations. So let me create that now. The DF retail data frame where we are reading multiple, almost some 100 plus CSV files of the daily transactions. Let me go ahead and create this data frame. Remember, why are we creating the window functions? As compared to the group by, we are creating the window functions for kind of a unique aggregations. Either we want to calculate the rolling average, or you want to include the multiple rows as a part of the one frame. That is where window functions come into picture. So now that I created a data frame called DF retail, let's get started with window functions. As we have already understood, the first step to work with the window functions is to create a window first. To do that, we got to import a window from SQL package. Let me do that first. And I'm going to import the window. Okay. Now that we already know what are the different functions we used, I will import all the functions. SQL.functions, so that we need not import them again and again. The better practice is import the specific function, but we got to import multiple functions here. I am going to import all the functions by providing import star. Let me go ahead and import both of them. There was a spelling mistake there. I corrected that. Let me import. Yes, done. We imported the window. Now, what we have to do is, as I indicated, we got to create a window. How do I do that? First, specify the name of the window. Okay, name of the window being, I will say window spec. Okay, so we are creating a window here, and then what I will do is I will partition by customer ID and the date. Remember, if you look at this data frame, so we have customer ID and we do have the date also. Okay, invoice date. So let me print the schema to you so that it's a bit more clearer for you. We are having a invoice date and we are having a customer ID. What we are trying to find as a part of this window function is, shall I get the maximum quantity purchased by a customer across the different dates? For doing that, I will partition this by customer ID and date. Let me do that. I am ordering by this quantity because we want to know what is the maximum quantity purchased by a customer across the different dates. We have already learned order by, so I am ordering by a descending order here. Okay, and I got to specify the frame, window frame. How do I do that? By using rows between method. Here I'm using something called window unbounded preceding. That means to say that from the first row and I want to specify till the current row. Yep, our window specification is ready. Let me go ahead and execute this. Done. Our window specification is done. Next, what we'll do is, as I said, our motto is to get the maximum purchase quantity of a customer across all the dates. For that, let's go ahead and create one function. I am calculating this maximum of the quantity over the window what I have created now. Remember that. That's the whole point. Let me go ahead and execute this. Done. And there is a concept of something called rank and dense rank. I'm going to create a variables for that, but I'm going to explain that in detail when we have the complete results. For now, let me go ahead and create the rank and dense rank. First, let me go to the dense rank. It's a function. I'm going to calculate the dense rank over the window specification. Okay, this is done. I will calculate the rank as well. Purchase rank equal to, I'll copy this and reuse this. Instead of dense rank, I will change it to rank. So we are all set, except that I want to convert the invoice date into date, because if you see here, our invoice date is string. So I want to convert this invoice date into the date. Let's say df with date is equal to, I'm trying to create from a retail, I'll add one column called date. Remember, with column takes two arguments. One is the name of the column and the expression. Here I'm going to say date, and I will say convert. I'll use a toDate function and convert the column Yep, we are all set. Let's go ahead and create this data frame. Done. If you look at this data frame now, you print the schema of this data frame, you'll see there is a column called date which we added, and the data type of that column is date. So we're going to use this date column for our window function. Let's go ahead and build our window function now. I'm building a statement to see how the window functions work. So we have built a statement to implement our window function, whatever we have created. Remember, what we are trying to do here is we are trying to see for each of the customer what is the maximum purchase quantity he or she has purchased over the different dates. That's what we are trying to do as a part of this. Okay, let me go ahead and execute this. There you go. You can see what's happening here is we have partitioned by customer ID and date while creating a window function. The results are grouped by like that. Now, within the combination of a customer ID and the date, it is calculating what is the maximum quantity. For example, here the customer ID is 12,395 and the date is 2011 March 23rd. In the date, if you see, there are some, how many rows? Let me see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 rows are there. Since we have ordered by the descending order, you can see the maximum quantity is seen here in the first row itself. The idea here is the way window function works is it will see between this and these two rows. Okay, what is the maximum quantity? Oh, 100 is the maximum quantity. Okay, 100. Okay, then it will compute, it will come to the third. So as I said, the frame we have defined is include all the rows from the beginning to the current row for this particular combination. So it will check the rows from the beginning until the current row and identifies the maximum quantity amongst those rows which are included as a part of the frame. And as we have already discussed, each row can become a part of different frames. Okay, coming to the rank and dense rank now. Look at this. In the rank, if you observe clearly, let us take this 1 1. For the second row, it's a 1 1 because the quantity is same 100 100. But as and when we move to the third row, instead of 2 here, we're getting a 3. What rank does is it will provide the rank to the next value according to the row, right? So it gave this rank 1 because 100 is the quantity here. On the other hand, dense rank provides the value according to the rank only. For example, here 100 100 is 1. The next value is 48, so the dense rank is second. That means to say that this is the second maximum. If you want to find out what is the second maximum, you got to use the dense rank. Now, one of the important point, as I indicated, which we need to really observe is, as I said, we are trying to know the maximum quantity for a customer across all the dates. We got to find a customer who has purchased across different dates. That customer, let us try to locate that customer now. So 12395 is the customer ID. I can see he or she has purchased only on only one date in this data. So if I go here, the same is the case here also. Let me do one thing. Let me go ahead and increase the number of rows to some 60 rows. Okay, there you go. Let us locate a customer who has purchased across the dates. Oh, there you go. A customer with the ID 12693 has purchased across the dates. So let us try to see. Now let me highlight this customer. Okay, you can see he has purchased on 2011 February 25th also, 2011 March 20th also. Across these two dates, his maximum purchase quantity is 200. So that way, we are able to find out what is the maximum purchase quantity for each of the customer. And also the beauty is it is also indicating what is the maximum purchase quantity in each of the data also. For example, here on 2011 February 25th, the maximum quantity is 200. And if you come to the 2011 March 20th, the maximum quantity is 24. That way, you are able to compute a maximum quantity within the date also and across the dates also. That's the beauty of the window function. I hope you are able to deepen your understanding of window function with this example. Please do practice. You may have to use these window functions as a part of your project. Thank you.